Hello everybody, this is Steve here and welcome to GopherHaul. If you haven't started your business yet, what are you waiting for? If you don't start your business this year, you're at least 1 year older when you do. So get started today. Alright, today we're going to be talking about a topic that popped up on my forum at www.gopherforum.com. That's the lawn care business forum. And also, I discussed this on my blog at www.lawnchat.com. So check out those two sites. They're just chock full of information. Amazon's got a whole bunch of my books now, my lawn care business books. How to get lawn care business customers, the GopherHaul Extreme Lawn Care Business Tips, how to start your lawn care business. All these great books are out there. Get on there, you can see a whole bunch of them. But let's get to the topic today. And I thought this was a great topic, and I think it's going to be very informative, and it's going to help you out a lot. The topic is telling your lawn care customers what your hourly rate is. Is it a good thing? Is it a bad thing? So when you're bidding on jobs for lawn care or landscaping projects, should you let your customers know how much you're charging them per hour, or should this be something that you keep to yourself and simply bid the job as a whole? So this is a question that was brought up on the Gopher Lawn Care Business Forum, and a lawn care business owner asked, has anyone in the in the landscape construction field, when you're doing residential work especially, do you bid a job by telling the customer, the cost of materials, and then, tell them, your hourly rate per hour to prevent yourself from underbidding? It seems like an easier way to bid, he said. So that was his question, and I guess especially when you're getting started up, you kind of got this feel like, okay, maybe if I show all the costs and I show the customer that, it's going to justify things. So that was his question. So one of the lawn care business owners on there said, most lawn care customers, they don't understand the total amount of work and costs that are involved in the lawn care business. So they only see the time that you spend working at their property. They don't see the equipment maintenance times, they don't see the costs involved, they don't see the office work involved, or the drive time, loading or unloadings, all this stuff. They don't see this, they just see when you're there. So he said he's always steered away from giving an hourly rate to the customers. When customers hear your effective rate per man hour, they have a tendency to balk at the price. So he said he had lost one customer once when she calculated his hourly rate. So she was a great customer, he said, and always left a check on the mowing day since she was at work. One day, after 2 years of her being a very happy customer, she was homesick. And he could see her, she was watching him from her living room window. So when he got his check, she complained that she had been, that she'd been watching him and he'd only been in her yard 20 minutes. And she said she thought that he was spending a couple hours, working on her lawn each week. So later that evening, he said that she called and said she had calculated how much she was paying him per hour, and she wasn't going to pay that anymore. And she didn't want him to work for him anymore. So another business owner shared, a situation too. He said for him, excavation and tree work has always been by the hour, by the machine, and by the operator. Everything else, for the most part, he just bids on with one price. So he said by the hour can scare some people, as excavation is a field that you can waste a pile of money on and a pile of time, very quickly. So he says he goes to great lengths to explain to the client, they can stop him at any time that they wish. So he says that this doesn't ever happen, but the fact that they know that they can stop the job if it's running too close to their budget, it helps out a lot. And he said doing this, it's rare that he does not get a job that he bids on. Most people have a budget, and he respects that. On an excavation job, you'll run into problems, he says, 90% of the time, and no one expects it. No one ever knows what's underneath the soil you're looking at until, you start digging. So these are issues that pop up and have an effect on the costs. So he says he always involves the customer every step of the way, and some even help, which he thinks is excellent. So if they're part of the process and they're seeing what's going on, that makes them part of a problem if there's one that should happen. They can see exactly what's going on as it's happening. So he says it's the cheapest insurance going, and he has great confidence in his staff and his work, and by doing this, he brings the customers in, and they're very happy with everything. It's very important, he says, you remember to educate your lawn care customers, and it doesn't take long. If you take the time to explain the process, the equipment and so on, they won't balk at the price. So he had a lady call him this morning, he said. He was on site doing a drain excavation project, and she didn't live too far away and saw the equipment and called up. She had 6 trees, not that large, but they were ready to fall on a neighbor's boat. So he decided to go over there at lunch, and he spent 30 minutes explaining the process to her, and she wrote him out a check right then and there. The work's going to be, basically it's going to come down to $160 an hour, he said, and this is big bucks, but she understands the risks and the process, that he does everything by the book. She said that he was the most expensive, but because he took the time to explain everything to her, she wanted him to remove these trees. So the process works, he says. Sometimes, you know, he says he wonders why people are afraid to explain their, you know, their costs. You know, so if you cut a lawn for 20 minutes for 85 bucks, you know, how about telling them that the lawnmower that you're using to do this, you know, is a $21,000 lawnmower or something to that effect. If they understand these things, you know, they're gonna be more understanding of why they're paying the cost that they are. So I thought this was an interesting point. You know, the view about explaining to the customers your expenses and factoring into the price. But you know, by pointing out the equipment and the price of it, it should show the customers why the bid is what it is. Possibly, you know, the theory behind it is, you know, if they know some of your costs, they're going to be more understanding, you know, of the price that they're paying. So, do you think it's best, I said, to just come out and explain it to them like that, or do you wait and see how they react to the bid price first, and then explain the expenses to help them understand better? So his take was he's straight up with them, and he won't hesitate to answer any questions that they have. He'll explain all the costs of any equipment, and education, he said, is critical. If you want a trunk slammer, he said, and you want a trunk slammer job, then by all means hire one. He said, you know, and they're going to have the equipment to match it. So if you want a professional job, it comes with a price, and he educates every client. He'll even show them the blades on the tractor for, you know, lawn care, and explain why he uses them. Knowledge is power. Tell the customer the facts, and you're going to gain a lot of trust and respect. He says it works. So, you know, in such situations, I was asking him, as you know, you're clearing a land where, you know, where the job is going to be an hourly job, and they can stop you at any time. Does the homeowner ever try to nail you down with a ballpark, you know, length of time, you know, and how long, you know, how long the job will take, and how much will the job be? So he says yes, and he would personally want a ballpark figure too. So he tells them, based on his experience, he's seen these jobs run from this amount of money to this amount of money. And if you have a budget and you know what the rate is, you can tell them when to stop it. And honestly, he says it doesn't often happen. So I hope all this helps you in the future on your bids. Keep these thoughts in mind the next time, you know, your customers ask you questions on why your price is what your price is. And you can apply these different theories to the different types of jobs you're doing. So I hope this helps you out. Until the next time we speak, always remember to dream it, build it, go for it. And ultimately, this show wouldn't be possible if it wasn't for Gopher software. So if you get a chance, you're a lawn care business operator, you need software to run your business, even if you're just starting. The Gopher software is very inexpensive, and what it's going to do is it's going to allow you to get everything organized. It's going to allow you to get all your bills organized, all your schedule organized. You're going to be able to print out daily worksheets. You're going to be able to print out invoices when you need them. It works with the Palm software. It also has a barcode reader so you can scan in when jobs are completed or if invoices are paid. And one of the biggest mistakes you see a lot of lawn care businesses make is that they don't keep track of how much people owe them, they don't get their invoices out on time, or they mess up their schedules. So this also can track your chemical applications, your employee times, and it can also track your equipment preventive maintenance repair schedules. So if you get a chance, get on GopherSoftware.com, download the free trial version, try it out for 30 days, and until the next time we see you, always remember to dream it, build it, go for it.